And I mean, I even like their song. Like it's like a slower song. It's not like that. It's not like their usual songs, but I like Closer to the Heart too.
Okay.
Because he's literally talking about how like different people who have like played different parts in the world, like say like a philosopher, or like somebody who does actual work. Like everybody plays
All right.
like
So,
what he's
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
what.
I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
No, it don't matter.
Okay, I was gonna say you remember the rules of the game, I assume, right? You just have to guess how you think I would answer, and I guess how I think you would answer.
Yeah.
All right. So, first question: cigars are just pretentious cigarettes? What a hard
Uh,
question, right?
no, it's just a better alternative.
Well, yeah, but I mean, Corbin, remember you have to try and guess how I would answer. Which I mean, we're both
Well,
gonna score a point because we both know we'd both say no.
yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I was really giving you the answer.
Yeah. All right. Being gay has helped my career. Well, again, we're both going to get a point because neither of us are gay and we don't have careers that would be helped by it, so obviously we'd both say no.
Now wait a second.
What am I waiting
Now,
for?
now see, what if my career directly is me profiting from homosexual acts?
That's out of character with you, Corbin. You wouldn't. You're not Steven.
That's what I'm saying. I'm a prostitute.
All right. Okay, here we go. I have changed my mind on a major political issue in the last 5 years. I think you would say
Nope.
yes.
I'm thinking you would also say yes.
Yeah, I would. Was I correct? I assume you would say yes because I know you have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I've been consistent these past 5 years.
All right. The politics of where I live matter to me. So I guess local politics. I think you would say yes, probably.
Uh, yes, but I feel like I don't really even care to get involved. I feel like people just sort of want to live in their own made up ignorance.
So does that count
A
as
lot
me
of
being correct with you saying yes then, or?
Yeah,
Okay. And what do you think I would say?
I would say yeah.
Yeah, I absolutely would. You are correct. All right. We have both done. We
For
both
me,
have
though,
4
with
points.
like, when it comes to like local politics, a lot of times it's like, well, all these people are criminals. Why do I care?
Yeah. Businesses should not have the right to deny service to a customer based on religious beliefs. I think you would probably say no, but we'll see.
What did you say?
Businesses should not have the right to deny service to a customer based on religious beliefs. And what's that?
Okay, what did you think I would say?
I think you would say no. As in, they should be allowed to deny customers based on their religious beliefs.
Yeah, because I think a business should be allowed to deny service to anybody.
Right. And what do you think I would say?
I think you would agree with me.
I would, yes. Again, we have both had perfect scores so far, but to be fair, these have been easy questions.
We couldn't have gotten better questions.
I have been vaccinated for COVID-19. Well, I know you would say no.
Yeah, no, I haven't even been to a doctor in years.
Yeah, and you know I would say no. So, there we go.
Yeah.
In 2020, Joe Biden won more votes than any previous president in history.
Makes sense to me. You don't even have to think about it.
I think you would say, of course, totally, and by that I mean no. What do you think I would say?
Yeah, I think you would say no.
Yeah, and we both got that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't grab a drink. Do we want to actually do the drinking rules for when we get it wrong?
No.
No, okay, I didn't think so.
Another time.
Another time. I figured since you're only going to be up for a little while longer, but I figured it'd be fun to get around in at least. Religious revival, specifically a Christian revival, is the only way to bring the country back together and to greatness.
What does that mean, revive?
That's a good question. I was going to say, I think you would say yes, because I think you would be in favor of getting back to those traditional values associated with religion, but maybe not necessarily certain aspects of it.
I don't even understand the question. Like a revival, like what? There's like
more people becoming Christian. I think.
Yeah, but there's so many different like groups of Christian that are like scattered everywhere.
That is true. That is a valid point. So did I get that wrong then? Would you say no?
I would say yeah, but I think that it should be like really. I think we should. When I specifically think that we should return to the traditionalist aspects of Christianity.
Okay, and what do you think I would say?
I think you would say, yeah.
Yeah, I think I would say yes for similar reasons. I basically the same logic as you. Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we would both say yes.
I haven't watched it, but I mean, I know it takes place around Christmas.
Yeah.
I think it is on Christmas.
All right. Jeffrey Epstein killed himself. Well, I think you would probably say no.
Yeah, no, Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself.
And I assume you know that I obviously would also say no. So we both have been scoring every single turn, so...
Yeah.
I kind of expected that, though, to be fair. Because we discuss things all the time, so... Donald Trump was the best president we've ever had. I would say you would say no. Like, if we're saying ever had, I would say you'd say no.
Yeah, I would say no.
Yeah.
Thomas Jefferson was the best president we ever had.
And what do you think I would say?
I think you would say no.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we both scored 10. It's usually first to 10, but when we both get 10, I usually just do a tiebreaker until one of us gets it wrong. Black Lives Matter makes January 6th people look wholesome by comparison. I think you would say yes.
Yeah. It's meaning like that's like the
it's saying that
the Trump Day thing, right?
The what now?
The day with the people.
The Capitol, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think you know what I would say.
Same thing I said.
Yep. All right, this one's also a given that we're both going to get right. Ronald Reagan was the best president we've ever had. I think we would both agree it's Thomas Jefferson, so we both know that we would both say no.
Yeah. Ronald Reagan is a bit overrated.
A little bit. I'd still say he's like top 5 for me, maybe top 10, but I do agree he's a little overrated.
I think I like his. I actually think it's funny that that movie is made about like Reagan's, like Reaganomics or whatever. What's that? The They Live.
Right.
Where that, but I think like that Reaganomics is a good thing.
Yeah, and I think it's also often mischaracterized.
Yeah. And I think that a lot of things Richard Nixon did were actually good.
Yeah, I think Richard Nixon is definitely top 5 for me as well. Like, there's a couple of things I don't like about his career, like, starting the EPA, and a couple of other little things like that. Like, I mean, that's a pretty big one. He also wasn't as pro-gun as I would like, because he didn't like handguns. But I think overall Nixon was a great president. Because the thing is, you're going to find, like, no matter what politician it is, you're going to find things you don't like about what they did.
Yeah.
And for me, Nixon's still up there. My family would be totally fine if I married a liberal.
Yeah.
Are you answering how I would think I'd answer, or are you just telling me what you do and I can cheat?
Oh no, that.
Again, Corbin, I asked you at the beginning if you understood the rules of the game.
Well, I think like okay, so your family.
But yeah, your family would absolutely be fine with it.
Your family, I think they would be fine with it, but I think maybe they would talk behind your back.
You know what? I think my mom would be against it, and my dad. I think they would say something, but I think you're right that they would ultimately be fine with it. I don't think they'd talk behind my back, though. I think they'd ask me what the hell was going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll give us both the point on that one as well. Might as well.
Well, I mean, like even if you were somebody willing to do that, though, in this hypothetical.
Right, which I obviously wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
If a random stranger were being attacked by a shark in shallow water, I would jump in to help.
No. Right?
Yeah, no, I'd say no, and I think you would also say no.
Yeah. Why would I jump in to save somebody being attacked by a shark? Like, if I had a spear or something, I don't know.
Yeah, well, I'd probably, if I had a gun with me, I'd shoot the shark or something. Like, I'd try to help, but I'm not just going to jump in and get us both killed.
If it's like you want me to go in and put myself into this situation that you're already in, and then more lives are at risk, what's the point?
Yeah.
It's like saying somebody else's life is somehow more valuable than my life, so I should risk mine or something.
Right, like I said, it's just putting yourself at risk when you know you're not going to beat a shark in a fight.
Yeah.
Like, with a weapon, I'd help from outside the water, you know?
Yeah. It's literally just dying for maybe, like, the slight hope that somebody else will live, but why? I don't even get that. I don't get why people would do that. Like, die for, like, a stranger? Or even, like, a dog. Like, but that once, like, people in, like, hypotheticals would rather save dogs than humans.
Yeah, if it was my dog versus a random person, I think it would be a harder decision for me, because, my dogs I do have an attachment to, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I think, as a general rule, if it's a random dog versus a random person...
Dog, yeah, if you saw a random dog drowning and not a random person...
Then I'd save the person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. All orgies are at least somewhat gay. I think you'd say yes.
I mean, I don't know how many orgies there are where it's one man and a bunch of women.
Right. So what do you think I'd say?
Yeah, I think you say it was gay.
Yeah, I think we both agree, right? And I think we both got that correct, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Reasons to Vote for Democrats is my favorite book. Well, we'd obviously both say no. That's, by the way, just a blank book that Michael Knowles released. It's called Reasons to Vote for Democrats, and then it's blank.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. But obviously we'd both say no. I'd say my favorite book is 1984, and then if we're talking nonfiction, I think The White Pill is quickly becoming up there, and I think for you, your favorite book is Aristotle's Politics.
Yeah. I really like that book.
I do too. It's a good one. Fauci always knew the masks were dumb. I think you'd say yes.
Yeah, I think you would say yes too.
Yeah, because I think Fauci knew it was bad. I knew it wouldn't accomplish anything. I just think he didn't care. He was pushing it for control. Yeah, I like how we've had 14 questions so far, and we both answered correctly 14 times. The Michael Knowles Show is my favorite show. I think we both would say no to that, so I think that, that's... Like, Matt Walsh is obviously better, even if we're just talking Daily Wire.
Yeah. I wonder, is Michael Knowles just asking about himself? Like, you don't even have, asking about other Daily Wire characters, is he just asking about himself?
Right? There's some ones because it is his game, so, there is some in here like that.
Yeah.
Hang on, there's...
But I think it's that, Michael Knowles will think, people will buy his stuff, and he's like their favorite Daily Wire guy.
Yeah.
And then,
I just bought it because it's a fun game, you know?
yeah.
I mean, granted, I do like Michael Knowles, but I mostly watch his yes or no videos. Like, I'll watch his clips, but his yes or no videos are the ones I watch in their entirety, because it's a fun game.
Yeah, I like Michael Knowles. I just think, like, the idea that he would be, like, the popular Daily Wire guy.
Okay, some of these are the questions I had with Spencer the other night, but it's okay. This is a good one. So, human-monkey hybrids exist.
It's kind of a frustrating question.
Yeah. I'm not sure what you would say, to be honest. I'm gonna, I guess, take a guess. I'm gonna...
Monkey-human hybrids? I mean,
Yeah.
how do you measure... How do you even say what that is? What we are as human beings?
Right, but, like... So... I'll have you...
Okay, I figured out an answer in my head.
Okay. I think you would say yes. But it's hard to say. That's one that's tough. What do you think I would say?
I don't know. Would you say? I think you would. Maybe you would say no.
Wrong. I would say yes, because there has absolutely been all sorts of crazy human-animal hybrids that have been made in, like, China and all sorts of other places by, like, the deep state and, like, World Economic Forum and stuff like that. Like, there is creepy shit, like, out there. Like, they've done it with pigs.
Oh, there is?
Yeah. They've done it with pigs, they've done it with sheep, they've done it with all sorts of stuff. So I don't think monkeys is out of the question. I think they've absolutely done it with monkeys.
I thought we were. So it's like DNA splicing. It's not.
That's
the
way I view it. Yeah.
Okay. What I was thinking of was that I think that since what we are as human beings, not that we're I don't think that humans are literally monkeys, obviously, but I think that there were two types of caveman that made humans, and I think before that they were ape-like creatures. Monkeys came from the same thing we came from.
Right. So what was your answer for yourself then?
Well, what is it?
What was your answer for yourself on that?
My answer was yes.
Okay. So in that case, I got that right and you got that wrong. So technically I've won. Do you want to just keep going anyway, or?
Yeah, let's keep going.
Okay, so right now we're at, I have 15 and you have 14, because you thought I'd say no, but obviously I was talking about gene splicing. I
didn't know that you could gene splice with animals.
It happens all the time, dude. Like Alex Jones did a bunch of segments on it.
I know you can clone humans already.
No, like, if you look into it, there's some really freaky shit. Like, there's videos of, like, human pig babies and stuff. They're really freaky.
Ooh. That makes me think of the frog babies.
Yeah, the ones with... But that's anencephaly. That's a disorder.
Yeah. But I still think that's pretty interesting.
Yeah. Alright. I could be close friends with a flat earth believer. I think you'd say yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you'd say yeah.
Yeah, I can be friends with anyone as long as they do right by me.
Yeah.
I think with... Maybe except communists. But the thing is, communists wouldn't do right by me.
Yeah. I couldn't be close friends with a communist.
Yeah, I couldn't either. But a flat earther, sure. Like, I don't agree with their assessment of the Earth, but you know.
Yeah, but that, if anything, that makes it interesting, because it's like it's somebody who questions reality to a level where it's like there would be like I could have a better conversation with them almost than like a normal person who's super conformed into the thing.
Should I order food? Why would I care? Go ahead and order food, Malarkey Sparky.
What they're asking you.
Yeah. And then, like he said, should I order food, bro? And then he sent a frowny face after that. Alright. Bigfoot more than likely exists. I think you would say no.
I think you would say yes.
Correct. We both got that one right.
Yeah. I don't think that... I really don't think that Bigfoot... I think that that any kind of thing that evolved into humans, like I think that's past. Like I think those went extinct.
That's fair. But yeah, I like this though. That we were both getting them right, and then we're at the point where we've already broke the tiebreaker, but we're still going. Because again, I think this is a fun game.
Yeah, I like this.
Yeah. Okay.
I think. Good question.
Yeah.
I think we've made a good question.
Yeah, they have. Here's a good one. The Loch Ness Monster is real. I think you would similarly say no.
Well, that one, like the photo is retarded.
Well, yeah, the photo's fake.
I think you would, yeah, I think you. Okay, so I think, but that doesn't mean that. I guess that doesn't mean the Loch Ness Monster is fake. I'm trying to think from your perspective.
Right.
So, I think you would say that even the Loch Ness Monster is a possibility.
I would, yeah, you're right. Again, we both got that right, because I knew you would say no, and you knew I would say yes.
Although I do like the idea of dinosaurs still existing.
Yeah.
I think that dinosaurs and humans did exist for a time.
Right, and that's where you think dragons come from.
Yeah. Makes sense to me.
Don't even have to think about it, dude.
Yeah. But I mean, like, there's written documents of things where it's like, I can't. There's no way that they didn't know that dinosaurs were a thing. In like in Greece, like there are things that they wrote about in Greece that.
Right. And like it's, you know, it's funny. Like, so Spencer was telling me this yesterday, right? If you look at some certain like hieroglyphs and stuff, like for when they built the pyramids, they said they used like enormous beasts to help them move some of the stuff. And if you look at it, like the drawings look a lot like dinosaurs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is I feel like we had that there has to have been like some. We might maybe not like. Because I know that people will be like, actually, this isn't a dinosaur. This is this thing that. You know what I mean? Like
they pull an actually.
Yeah, like there's certain like prehistoric creatures that people will be like, that's not technically a dinosaur.
Oh no, Spencer and me argue about that all the time because we're watching that show Primeval, right? And
yeah.
they have this big like dinosaur thing, but it's a mammal technically. So he's like, it's not a dinosaur, it's a mammal. I'm like, okay, but like look at it. Or like there's one that's like a reptile, and I'm like, well, it is a reptile, so I'd still call it a dinosaur, you know?
I mean, a dinosaur isn't just a reptile either. Like a dinosaur is also a bird usually.
Yeah, like I don't know. For me, like I have no problem calling most prehistoric creatures dinosaurs, just in general.
Yeah.
I guess that's just the way I use the term.
I even think like dinosaur and dragon could be used interchangeably.
Yeah.
In a lot of circumstances.
Okay. Alright, global warming isn't 100% fake. So I guess if you say yes, that means I think it's real. If you say no, that means I think it's fake. Well, it's 100%, so there's the qualifier, I guess.
Do you think... Okay. Yeah, you think that global warming is real. I just don't think you think we have control over it, and I think the same thing.
Correct, yeah. Yeah, obviously. Both got a point there, too. I figured. I hope I'm actually keeping track. I mean, I'm keeping the number of points correct. Like I'm keeping me ahead of you one, because that's how it is, because there's only been one that you've gotten wrong, and it was pretty reasonable to get wrong.
Yeah.
So right now we're at... I have 19, and you have 18.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. The CIA killed JFK.
CIA specifically?
Yeah.
I think I think you would say yes.
Yes. I think you'd probably also say yes.
Yeah, I'd say it.
Yeah. Totally. I mean, look, like Badge Man, like the guy in the pictures with the badge. I think he was a CIA guy. I think Oswald also was probably working with the CIA.
Like believes that, like I'm not saying that the CIA can, but the CIA believes they can read people's minds.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think the CIA absolutely killed JFK. All right.
The CIA is like into like a bunch of occult stuff.
Yeah. China created COVID on purpose to rid their society of the elderly and oust Trump from the White House.
What was that?
China created COVID on purpose to rid their society of the elderly and oust Trump from the White House.
That's. I think it was definitely made in a lab in China.
Yeah. I think we would both agree it was made in a lab on purpose, but the reasoning is the part that makes it a kind of a weird question, right?
Yeah, I would say that you would say. I think you would say no.
Yeah, just because of the framing, and I think you would also say no, just because of the framing of why.
Yeah.
Like, I think it was mostly done to weaken the West and to gain more control.
And I think that I think the American government had compliance in it.
Absolutely, Fauci.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't think it was leaked. I think it was unleashed on purpose, too. The Freemasons are at it again.
I don't know. I think we got, whatever it is, we got a new name for it.
Yeah,
I would say you would say, well, I guess
it depends on the framing of how I would answer it, you know what I mean?
You would say yes.
Yeah, I think I would. I think you would probably also say yes, because the Freemasons still do stuff.
Yeah.
But I think that the Freemasons are far from the biggest group. Like, there's much bigger groups at play.
Yeah. I think, like, the Illuminati is actually a good word for it.
It is. It just sucks that people have memed it. I think, honestly, it becoming a meme was an intentional psyop to make people take it less seriously.
Yeah. Because I think that the Illuminati is what it is.
Yeah. All right.
But now it's like you sound like a crazy person if you're saying the Illuminati, like we haven't known this entire time that Hollywood's been degenerate and evil and Satanist.
Right. Pornographers should be rounded up and imprisoned.
I think a lot of people are just stupid and they just don't like pay attention to their culture and they don't.
And they just hear what like some so-called experts say, and then they're like, "See, the experts said it on the news."
I think it actually does come from the boomer generation specifically, where they were like with television and the constant, the TV people know what's best kind of mentality. Like everybody, like since that sort of generation, everybody's been getting all their information from the news and from all these like political talking head type things.
Yeah. Anyway, the next question is, pornographers should be rounded up and imprisoned.
I think you would say no.
I think you'd say yes.
I would actually say no.
Oh. It could go 50-50. I figured it could go both ways there. All right, Corbin, you're caught up. We're tied again.
Yeah.
I honestly was going 50-50 with that, because I thought you might not think they should be rounded up and imprisoned, but then I also thought, we're both pretty against porn. I thought you might take it a little more extreme than I did.
Also, word prison.
Ah, there you go. The prison thing is what because you think slavery.
That actually wasn't it, but that's still a factor.
Yeah, because I obviously I'm against porn, but I do think that we shouldn't lock people up for it unless they do an actual crime.
Yeah.
I guess you would have similar beliefs in that regard, and I kind of figured you did, but I also wasn't sure how extreme you'd go with it. And in all honesty, I also kind of wanted to just take a gamble. So, it is possible for a Christian to be a socialist. I think you would say yes.
Yeah. I mean, you can't ignore that there are things in the Bible that fit within. That at least fit what a socialist would say.
Yeah. What do you think I'd say?
see on I because that I know that doesn't necessarily make Christianity a bad thing.
Right, but the question is, it is possible for a Christian to be a socialist?
Yeah. Well, I think you would say yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And for the same reasons you would. Like, there is a lot of stuff in the New Testament, self-sacrifice and things like that I think leads to the empathetic thing that gets people entangled into socialism.
Yeah, and I think that when Christians get too hyper-focused on that stuff, they sort of lose me.
Yeah, I agree. God, the origin and end of all things, can be known with certainty by the natural light of reason from the created world. Basically saying God exists.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you'd say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know you would.
Yep. All right. Very cool. We're both at 24 each. So, not too shabby.
I know everything you're going to do, and you know everything I'm going to do. Strange, isn't it?
Witches are real.
I think you would say yes.
I think you'd also say yes.
Yeah. And I think we should hang them high.
All right. Fair enough. I had to think about it for a second, but yeah, I think I would say yes. I think we're both right again.
Yeah, because, I mean, obviously there are women that call themselves witches. There are Satanist women.
Right.
And I think that during the Salem witch trials, that there were some women that were into Satanism, but I think overall a lot of the women were innocent that were killed.
Right. And I do think that, there was, some tainted rice that had, LSD that I think led to some of the, things that they saw them doing, supposedly.
Yeah.
But I do think that, dark forces are out there if you, look for them. I don't think they're, super powerful, but I do think it is a thing,
Yeah. Well, I think I believe in principalities, but I don't believe in ghosts.
Mm.
I believe that there's because see, I know I think I like objectivism because I think of it all as separate things. I think that there should be an objective world. Then we can talk about this this sort of, I guess you can call, spirit world of our spirit and principalities and things like that, and then a psychological world, right? Yeah,
I agree. All right, so I had to Google this one because it's in Latin. So the phrase is extra ecclesiam nulla salus, which effectively means outside of the church there is no salvation.
I think you would say no.
Correct. I think you would also say no.
Yeah, I think I honestly think that no. I think any church could be corrupted.
I agree, and I think that you can be a perfectly good person without having to be in a church. Obviously. Yeah. The current pope is great. I think you would say no.
I think you would also say no.
Yeah, obviously. All right, we're at 27 apiece because I forgot to update last time, so we're 27 apiece. Purgatory is real.
I think. Well, you're not a Catholic.
True.
But that doesn't necessarily mean you wouldn't believe in purgatory.
Right.
But I'm gonna say no.
In all honesty, I don't know. It's one of those things I'm open to, but I don't necessarily believe in.
Okay.
I think you would also say no, but I don't know.
I would say yes, I actually do believe in purgatory.
Okay. All right, so you are ahead of me by 1 point. You really closed that gap, Corbin, on the 28th question. Sex is meant for marriage. I think you'd say yes. Although I don't think you'd be against sex outside of marriage per se, but I do think you inherently think that sex, marriage, should be the ideal for it.
I think you could have sex before. You could have sex without marriage,
Uh-huh.
but the woman, you have to get married before the woman gives birth.
That's fair. Okay. So I was wrong there then.
Now, I think you would say no.
Okay. So, but you're saying you would also say no, correct?
Wait,
What?
no, it.
As in, sex is meant for marriage. That's the question.
Yeah, I think you would say no to that, and I would say. Yeah, I would say no.
Okay. So I got that wrong. Here's the thing. I guess it depends on what I mean meant for. I guess I should say marriage is meant for raising a family, and sex is inherently part of that. But I guess you're right. I guess I do think it is better to have sex within marriage, but I don't necessarily have a problem with it outside of it anymore. So, oh wait, oops, let me fix that. So, you're actually 2 ahead of me now, Corbin.
It also depends on what you mean by sex.
Yeah, and to me it depends on what you mean by meant for, so. Because I do think sex is best done within marriage,
Yeah, but I think but also this is talking about hypothetical, our idea of the best society can be. Yeah,
Right.
if we're talking about the way society is, marriage isn't even really
Right.
doesn't really work.
Exactly. So yeah, I guess that makes yeah. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, in that case I would absolutely say no. So like I said, you're 2 points ahead of me now. Yoga is demonic liturgy.
I think you would say. I think you would say no.
Yeah, I think you'd also say no.
Nope, I'd say yes.
Oh, you would?
I think yoga is demonic.
Okay.
I don't know what that was.
Okay, fair enough.
I think most stuff from Hindu culture is evil.
That's fair. Okay. Well, Corbin, you have pulled 3 points ahead of me now.
Which is weird because Buddhism, a lot of that comes from Hindu culture, but I think it's a good thing to come from a bad thing.
Yeah, that's fair. Astrology is bad because it is real. I think you'd say no.
Yeah, I think you would say no too.
Yeah, astrology's not real.
I mean, as much as I like ancient Greece.
Yeah. I think astrology is just kind of hokey shit. It can be fun, but I would never use it for actual advice.
The best argument, I think, for it is that, of course, if, you're in a certain season, if you're born in a certain season, maybe that has some effect on your personality in some abstract way, but I don't think it's something we can measure and say this is what people are like that are born in this month and this is what people are like that are born on this day.
Right.
I just think it's kind of silly.
Dogs do not...
It's all just the same stuff. It's all everything that they say that is for this type of personality, it could be applied to anybody.
Yeah. Dogs do not belong in the bed.
I think you would definitely say no.
Yeah, I think you'd probably also say no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love dogs.
Some dogs though can. If dogs that shed a lot, I wouldn't let on my bed.
Right, but as a general rule, my dogs come down and lay in bed with me all the time in the morning. So, we should let pandas go extinct.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, well then I know your answer.
Okay, I think your answer would be no.
Yeah, and I think your answer would be yes.
Yeah, no, I don't care about freaking. They don't want to exist. Let them die.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm not like super strongly opinionated on it. I don't think we should go out of our way to extinct them, but I'm gonna say letting them go extinct. You know, I am for preserving them. So I'll say we both got a point there.
I just don't, because I'm not really into the whole like preserve everything
Right.
kind of. I think like sometimes you just got to move on. Like things aren't gonna work out.
Right, and I do agree with you as well in principle. And I don't think we should go out of our way to preserve pandas, but I don't necessarily have a problem with preserving them.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Especially if it's like in zoos and stuff, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Teachers, not physicians, are the real doctors. Well, I think we would both say no to that, because neither of us like teachers.
I don't even think doctors are the real doctors.
True.
I think the doctors were the friends we made along the way.
I was waiting until you said that. If you didn't say it, I would have. Matt Walsh is right. Aliens exist.
No, Matt Walsh is wrong on this one, unfortunately.
Okay, well, I know what to say for you. You would say no.
I think you would say yeah.
Yeah, I absolutely would.
But I mean, like, I don't know. I don't think it fits within, like, a... I don't know. I think that we have no reason to believe in it yet.
Okay.
And I think even if it does happen, we don't even necessarily have a reason to... Like, if we find aliens, I don't even know if we necessarily need to come to the conclusion that they're aliens. Like, if they present themselves as, like, humanoid, I'm going to be very suspicious.
You think they're like demons or something?
Yeah, like, if they're presenting themselves like the big-eyed, like, gray things, I think, like, this is not an alien. Like, an alien would look like a Lovecraft monster.
Yeah.
Or, like, a germ. Or like, something crazy. It wouldn't be friggin' a Star Trek. Oh, the socialist aliens are coming down and they're going to give us the perfect economy and they're going to help us go to space.
You should never capitalize God King. That's a stupid question. I think
What
it's
does that mean?
I think it's referring to Jeremy Boring, who's like one of the co-CEO of the Daily Wire. Which I don't know. I don't even feel like that question's really worth it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't even get it.
Yeah, so we'll just skip that one. Ben Shapiro is 5'9".
What do I know?
I would say no. I guess I don't know. He's probably shorter. Although I'm 5'9", so he might be as tall as I am.
I know that Ben Shapiro is pretty short.
Yeah. I'm 5'9", so I don't know. Ben Shapiro is probably shorter than me. I don't know. Should we even bother counting this one?
I don't really care about it.
Yeah. I think we'll do that. If it's a dumb question, we'll just skip it.
Like all these Daily Wire guys are getting like full of themselves. They're like, "Hey guys."
There are valid reasons for hiding money from your spouse. I think you would say yes.
What was the question?
There are valid reasons for hiding money from your spouse.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Yeah. What do you think I'd say?
We would both. Yeah.
Yes, right?
Both.
Yeah.
I think we both know that.
Well, Corbin, I know the answer to this one. I'm pretty sure you know my answer to this one. I have tried the devil's lettuce, i.e. the Haitian oregano, the Peruvian parsley, etc. I know you would say yes.
Yeah, I think yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Who hasn't tried it at some point? You know what I mean?
Obviously, it's not your...
it's not my cup of tea. I don't like it.
Character.
But who the hell hasn't, right?
Yeah. I honestly think that like the war on drugs is a war on farmers.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think that the worst drugs come from the doctors and they sell it legally to children.
I agree. I am an alcoholic. I think you would say no.
You're definitely not an alcoholic, right?
No, of course not.
I'm not an alcoholic either, so I think that's good.
I very, very rarely drink.
Yeah,
Like-
I remember that one time. Like it took you. You haven't even gotten a hangover yet, and I haven't even gotten a hangover yet. Really.
Yeah, and I've only been like shit-faced
got
twice.
sick. I got sick one time, and I think that mixed with me drinking.
Yeah.
And I got a headache from that.
I think for
And
me, like I've only been drunk, like I've been tipsy plenty of times, but I've been drunk only twice, and they were both on stream. Like the first one was the Sans stream where I threw up.
I actually have to like drink a lot if I want to get drunk.
Yeah, I usually do, but I like chugged an entire 6-pack and then 4 shots, and I guess that combination fucked me up.
Like a lot of times, it's not even worth it. It just doesn't.
Yeah, like I'll have a whiskey to sip on every once in a while, but. All right, steroids should be allowed in sports to make them more interesting. I think you'd say yes.
I think you would say yes too.
Yeah, of course. Why don't we want like fucking crazy over the top shit? That'd be fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we should return to the 80s sort of WWF where they're all clearly on steroids.
Yeah. I agree. I'd watch that. Life begins at conception. I think you'd say yes, obviously.
I think you would also say yes.
Yeah, also obviously.
I don't understand like how like Hybrid like when he gets into the conversation like that he acts like he has like the moral stance.
Well, you saw the stream, right, where I called him out on contradicting himself, and he's like, "You always do that."
Yeah, it's like you always call out that I'm a liar.
Well, yeah, because he said
he's a liar, that he doesn't have like an actual.
Because he said it is killing a baby, but then he said it's killing cells, and I said, "Well, that's a contradiction. Which is it?" And he can't make up his damn mind.
Like the one is cells too. What does it matter?
Right. It is okay to transition if you are over 18. I think you'd say no.
What was the question again?
It's okay to transition if you're over 18.
No, I don't even think that. I think a doctor that would do that to somebody should be arrested.
Yeah. So yeah, I think you'd say no, and I think I'd also say no, so I think we both score again.
Yeah.
By the way, Corbin, you have 39 and I have 36 as far as points.
Yeah. I'm pretty good at it.
Men can become women. Well, we already both know that it's literally connected, so.
Definitely.
So you're at 40 points, I'm at 37, because we both know, we both absolutely say fuck no.
Yeah.
Like, what a stupid question. But it's sad that not everybody views that as a stupid question, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think everybody that's buying this game, though, knows.
Yeah, everybody, yeah, exactly. Because this is a game that you buy from the Daily Wire's website, so there's no way...
Yeah, I don't think the Daily Wire, though, would really ask, like, the questions that would, like, get... That would get, like, really diverse right-wing conversations.
I don't know. Maybe not. I would date a liberal. I think you'd say no.
For you? Yeah, no.
Yeah, so we both say no, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, it depends. Like, if it's like a classical liberal, I don't know.
Right, but I'm just using the terminology that Daily Wire is clearly meaning, which is
if
leftist.
it's like woke. If it's like a woke, then no.
Yeah, but I think the way I interpreted the question was leftist rather than actual liberal. You know.
Yeah.
The war on Christmas is real.
In being a religious holiday.
Well, yeah, like the war on Christmas, you know, people like making you say Happy Holidays instead of Merry Christmas, etc.
Yeah, there definitely are people that do that.
Yeah.
So I think you would say yeah.
Yeah, probably, yeah. I think you would probably also say yes.
Yeah.
Like, I definitely don't think, like, it's a huge thing anymore, but I do definitely think it is a thing, especially in, like, leftist areas. Cell phones are portals to hell.
Depends on what that means.
Should we interpret it literally or figuratively?
Let's interpret it figuratively, just for the.
To make it actually a real question?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you'd say yes.
Yeah, I think you would say yeah too.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, obviously they're not literal portals to hell, but there's so much bad stuff you can do with a cell phone.
Yeah.
And I think
Also,
ultimately they've destroyed society.
Do you even have an idea of how the internet works? Is that like open information?
Does anybody?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, does anybody know how the internet works?
Like, I know in theory, you
Where
know.
it comes, I mean,
Right. Like, we all know in theory that there's, like, servers that it connects to, but, like, where's the main server, right?
yeah, like, I just don't understand.
Maybe the main server's in hell! Maybe it's literal! Maybe it's Satan himself is running the evil internet! And you're gonna become Satan's robots! I have the documents!
I like Alex Jones's spins on things.
Yeah, I love Alex Jones, dude. He's one of my favorite news sources. Like Steven Crowder and Alex Jones are the two I watch the most. And Matt Walsh. I watch Matt Walsh a lot, too.
Usually, when I watch politics, it'll be Matt Walsh, or I'll watch a random Jordan Peterson video or a Michael Knowles video, or
Yeah, I watch a lot of
or Razor Fist or something.
Yeah, I watch all of Razor Fist and all of John Doyle, but they don't upload that much.
Yeah.
Although I don't watch Razor Fist gaming streams typically. Feminism, homosexuality, and transgenderism all come from the same false premise. I think you'd say yes.
I think you would say yes.
Yeah, am I correct? That you would say
Yeah.
yes? Yeah, obviously. Me, Myself, and Irene is the best film of the 90s and possibly ever.
Who would? What?
Yeah, no, we'd both say no, obviously. Like, it's a fun movie, but it's not even my favorite Jim Carrey movie.
The movie doesn't even make sense because she's like, hey, he's a schizo, but he's not schizo. He's supposed to have split personality, which ain't even real.
Yeah, it's a fun movie though, but it's definitely not the best.
I think it's funny that if somebody's just listening to my conversations, they're like, this guy doesn't even believe in split personality.
Well, yeah, but it's not real. It's obviously not real.
I
Like,
know,
the
but,
biggest cases of it have all been proven to be fake.
And even like, or people listen to you and they're like, oh, they don't believe in Helen Keller. Crazy people.
It's funny how people will call us irrational when we actually say really rational things. They just don't know our logic because they haven't looked into it.
Yeah, I don't know how people don't take the steps to think about things. They don't think about the foundations of what they believe.
Yeah. Well, and that's why I do think the Socratic method is useful in that, in like asking yourself why you believe something.
Yeah, but I think when it gets really annoying in like a conversation where like even like Socrates, like a lot of things he would say were kind of annoying. It's like somebody's talking to him and
Right.
asking him for his opinion, and he's like, "Well, I'll ask you another question."
Yeah, no,
And
for
then-
sure. Like, obviously, but I think using it yourself to analyze your own views is good.
Yeah. But when I'm having a conversation, I like to hear the other person's opinion.
Right. And then tell them they're a cunt, and then they get upset like Hybrid.
What? So he said I mean, he says like I insulted him all the time. I don't think that's.
I don't think
exactly true.
I don't think it's true. Like, I even called him out on it. I said, I think you overplay that.
Like
Because I don't think you do insult him all that much, to be honest.
like he said, I call him a retard all the time.
I called him a retard.
Yeah, but usually when I say retard, I say that like this. I guess I am calling him a retard basically because I say this group of people is a retard, and then he's in that group, so I guess that makes him a retard.
I see.
Like if I'm talking about like I say people from California are retard. I'm not talking about him specifically, but in general, people in California.
Yeah, that's the problem with like too many people don't understand that generalizations don't have to be a one-to-one.
Yeah.
All right. In general, poetry should rhyme.
I think you would say no.
Yeah, and I think you'd also say no.
Yeah.
I think that I think haikus can be fine, and I think I think poetry that doesn't rhyme can be done well. I'm not the biggest fan of poetry in general, but I don't think Dante's Divine Comedy rhymes, so.
Yeah, poetry is for evil people like Abraham Lincoln, and gay people like Oscar Wilde.
I mean, look, Dante's Divine Comedy is probably the best poem. It's a big-ass long poem, but, you know.
And I like Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah, I like Edgar Allan Poe a lot. Like, The Raven's really good.
I also don't like a... Nah. Like, I don't hate Oscar Wilde or anything.
But... only pervs get kinky with their spouses.
I think you would say no.
Yeah, I think you'd probably also say no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think when you're with your wife, if you want to get a little freaky, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, what is it? Yeah, I don't even understand that. Like what? Who else is he gonna get freaky with?
Yeah.
Like what? How else does that work?
You don't have a right to kill yourself. I think you would say yes, you do not have a right to kill yourself.
I mean, I think you do, but it's stupid.
Oh, okay.
And I think you agree.
Yeah, more or less. So did I get that wrong then, technically?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I guess. I mean, I think the idea of making it illegal is kind of, silly.
Okay. Well,
Because making it illegal for people to kill themselves, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like how are you going to arrest them?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're going to be put to death! So in that case, you are now 4 points ahead of me. You have 48 and I have 44. You should marry your high school sweetheart.
Whether she... Yeah, I'm going to say... I don't know. Maybe you would say no.
I think it's a tough question, to be honest.
Because the way I see it is, she should... Because the way I believe in what marriage should be is that it's based in no divorce. Like, it's for life. Like,
Right.
It's settled.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, I think you're right. I think I probably would say no, and I think you'd probably also say no on the same grounds.
On what grounds?
On the grounds that, marriage as an institution now isn't good.
Oh, yeah.
But I think,
Even hypothetical utopia, then I say yes.
Okay.
When it comes to you should marry your high school sweetheart, like I would say, like yes. Because
okay. So in that case, would your answer ultimately be yes then? Or would it be no? Like, what is your answer overall?
I don't know. What do you think it would be? I'm talking about my best case scenario, like what the best of civilization could be.
Okay, if we're going on that, I think both of our answers would be yes, and if we're going on now, I think both of our answers would be no.
Okay, so then yeah.
Okay. I'll just give us both a point, yeah?
Okay.
To be fair, I think there's like 2 or 3 questions I haven't actually given us points for because I forgot, but it's fine. I don't know that the points really matter at this point. Like, you are still ahead, so, I mean, you're 4 ahead. That's all that really matters, that we know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Contraception should be discouraged and probably illegal.
What?
Contraception should be discouraged and probably illegal.
What that is?
Like birth control.
Oh yeah. Birth control?
So birth control and condoms both count as forms of contraception.
Okay, so I think you would say no.
Okay. I think you'd say yes.
You're right.
Yeah. You're wrong, actually. I think, because discouraged and probably illegal. If we're just talking condoms, I don't think they should be illegal. But birth control in specific, I think should be.
Not even. I think even condoms should be. 'Cause I think if you're having actual sex, it should be
To procreate.
yeah.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Hey, I got a point back, so I'm now only 3 behind you. Transgender surgery should be banned for everyone. I think we both agree yes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have 50 points and I have 47. The voting age should be raised. I think you would say yes.
Yeah. And I know you would.
Yep. All right, so that is the end of the stack of cards I have here. I can grab another stack if you want. Up to you.
Sure. Yeah. Let's keep going.
All right.
If you want to.
Doesn't matter to me. This question just got spicy. Okay, Andy. I
Wish
would.
we get Brit in here.
Yeah, it would be interesting to have Hybrid play around with him.
I don't even know if he would know what to say to any of this.
Yeah, he'd be the hardest person to play with because his answers would be inconsistent and insane. I would rather be stuck in an elevator with a Bernie bro than a libertarian. I think you'd say no.
Yeah, I think Daily Wire is stupid about that.
Yeah, I agree. And so you know my answer. I figured you'd know my answer though. So
Mhm.
49 to 52. Tattoos are acceptable.
I think you would. Are acceptable?
Yes, are acceptable.
You would say yes, I think.
Yeah, I think I would. I think you'd probably also say yes.
I would say no. I don't really see a point in tattoos in general, and I think that overall, when I see somebody has a tattoo, I don't think it's cool.
Okay. I was going to say, like, I guess I know you didn't like them, and I don't really like them in general. I do like Yakuza tattoos, but I guess I should have figured from the chat earlier that when you said what you said about tattoos, I should have figured you'd have said no.
Yeah.
All right. Shame is an important part of life. I think you'd say yes.
I think you would say shame.
Yes.
For you, I think it might depend on what you mean by shame.
Okay.
Like what do you like what when you think of shame?
I think shame is like when you realize you've made a mistake and you feel ashamed of it, so then you don't make that mistake again. That's the way I would view it. Or like,
So
let's say fat shaming or shaming.
Yeah, you believe in shame.
Yeah, and I think you do too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we both win.
Like I actually think that people should actually like dwell on the things that they've done in the past.
Yeah, because I think it's healthy to actually analyze and be like, I don't want to do that again. I'm going to be a better person.
Yeah.
Soccer is a terrible sport.
I don't know if you would say it's terrible, but I don't think you like it.
Okay. I think you're probably in the same ballpark, so I think it's just one of those, there's not really a good answer because neither of us are big sports guys.
Like the sports, I mean, the only sports that I mean, I don't watch sports. The only sports that I like playing though is baseball and tennis.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I like the only sports I like watching would be like combat sports. You know what I mean?
And if you like count bowling, I like bowling.
Yeah, I like bowling, and I played baseball as a kid.
Yeah.
Tell you what, I will be right back. I have to run to the restroom, so I will be right back. All right, I have returned. Indeed.
I'm glad you agree.
Yeah. Glad we could find common ground on that. So I on my way back down here, I looked at a post that the Cucumber Clan did, right?
Yeah.
And it's so stupid, it makes no sense to me. He said, bitch, you better be joking. Sexually harassing consuls is against the law. What if someone threatens a friend to have sex with a 4K player? Is the AUTTP part of the Me Too movement? Are we going back to a time where Harvey Weinstein is everywhere in the news? I'll be making newspaper articles about the physical community, and your ass is going to be mentioned. He's such a strange person. Like, he's so confusing to me.
I wonder, he's like, his brain is like operating on a level I can't comprehend.
It's true.
Not because it's remarkably high, but
It's remarkably low. Donald Trump has been a net good for the Republican Party.
I think you would say yes.
I think you'd probably also say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because before Trump, the Republican Party sucked for a very long time. And now there's at least a couple of good ones. And the MAGA movement has definitely made the Republican values a hell of a lot better. I still think the Republican Party is weak, and I still overall don't like the party, but it's better.
Yeah.
Wearing glasses make people appear more intelligent.
I think you would. I think you would say no.
Yeah, I think you'd also say no.
Yeah.
Yeah, dumb question.
I don't know why having a disability would make you seem smarter.
Yeah. By the way, the reason anyone watching the stream wondering why I up mine from 51 to 53 is because I forgot to update myself one of the times. So you're still 3 ahead of me, Corbin. You're 56, I'm 53. Bitcoin is worthless.
I think you would say. You would say yes. I mean, it depends. I mean, like, objectively, like, it isn't, I guess, because people do make money from it, but...
Right. At the end of the day, I think we'd both probably say yes in the grand scheme of things. Is that a correct assessment?
Overall, it's, like, a terrible thing. Like, it's...
Yeah, crypto's shit. And crypto bros are really annoying.
I always think it's weird when people try to get that into like act like it's a right wing thing or something.
Yeah. I own cryptocurrency. Well, we'd both obviously say no.
Yeah.
I know Kyler has some, but not like a lot. He just has some just to diversify, like his assets. Our Second Amendment rights are under threat. Are under more threat than our First Amendment rights.
Well, yeah, definitely currently. I would say yeah, you would say yeah.
I would say you'd also say yes, and I'd actually say that you're only... You know what? No, I'll give it to you, because like, I think the argument could be made either way. Because we are winning the gun battle in the sense that a lot of states are becoming concealed carry states, where you don't have to have a license to concealed carry.
Yeah,
but
there still are more laws restricting guns than
there are speech. Yeah, I'd agree. And then also another problem is even in states where it's perfectly legal, if you get a bad judge, they can press charges on you for defending yourself legitimately. Like that guy in Texas that just recently had it happen. Where the fucking Antifa guy pointed the AK-47 at him, and then he defended himself, and then he got convicted, but the governor of Texas says he'll pardon him, so let's hope he actually can follow through with that. Porn is demon worship.
What?
Porn is demon worship.
I think you would say no.
Yeah. I think you would also probably say no.
I actually would. Because really, the way I think about it is when you do things like that, I think it does attach, like, principalities to you. And I always think, like, when I do something, like, whenever I sin, I always think that it's attaching something bad to me that I
That's
have to
fair.
wipe away.
You know what, and I think you're right in that respect. I think I was thinking of it more literal, so I'll still give you the point over me there, but, yeah. I guess to an extent it is, because I do think porn is inherently bad for you, obviously.
Yeah.
Both on a health level and on a spiritual level.
Yeah.
Some type of universal health care should be provided for all Americans. Well, I think we'd probably both say no to that.
Wait, what was it?
Universal health care.
Yeah, I don't believe in it.
Yeah. Today, college is usually a waste of time and money. I think you'd say yes.
I think you would also say yes.
Very true. Having been to college can confirm.
My dad went to college, and I don't think he got more knowledge.
No, he certainly didn't. Critical race theory should be banned from all public universities and schools.
I think you would say yes.
Yes, and I think you would also say yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely say yes.
Like, obviously, the key is that it's public universities and schools, meaning that it's paid for by tax dollars.
Yeah.
I support the death penalty. I think you would say yes.
I don't know if I support the death penalty, but I would say that I think that it's necessary at times.
Okay. So, did I get that right or wrong in your mind?
No, I'm not. I would say that you got it wrong because I don't believe in the death penalty as much as I do. Like, if somebody's an active threat, I think they should be killed in the moment.
Okay. And I assume you know what I would say.
Yeah, I think you would be no.
Yeah, absolutely. Alright. I love daytime television. I think you'd say no.
What?
I think you'd also
Yo,
say
what's going on, guys?
What's up, Hybrid?
What's up?
there he is. He's
Yeah,
got to
he
play
is.
the game.
Yep. Well,
Yeah.
we'd have to deal him in, or we'd have to end this game. And I mean, you won this game a long time ago, Corbin.
Yeah, let's end it and start doing it.
All right. You want to play with us, Hybrid?
No, I have to go in a pretty quickly.
Dang it.
In a
That's
bit.
fine. We might
Yeah,
have
I
to.
just want to see what was up.
Okay. Yeah, we're playing a game called Yes or No, where it has a question that we read out loud, and then we have to guess how the other person would answer that question.
Okay.
It's
Could
been
we just play with him while he's here?
we could just play while he's here. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay.
I'm in for a
Yeah,
bit.
you don't have to join in. I did delete our score. Should we just start a new game? Because to be honest, like it was ridiculous because you had like 64 and I had like 59 or something like that. It was, again, it's supposed to be first to 10.
Yeah,
I
I think I'm a lot harder to predict than a lot of people give me credit for, honestly.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, you did pull ahead of me. Like I think for the most part we were very close. Like obviously, the reason we got so high is because we couldn't get to break the tie for a while because we both kept getting them right.
Yeah, like obviously you know a lot more about me than anybody does, but I think like even like I don't think anybody.
No, I mean there was a couple of questions, and like there was one or two you got wrong about me, but I think we know each other pretty well.
Yeah.
Like the Chinese government, we should restrict access to video games. I think you'd say no.
I think you would also say no.
Yeah, obviously.
No, yeah.
And I think Hybrid would say no.
Yeah, I think hybrid.
No.
I think hybrid would also say no. Yeah. O.J. Simpson didn't do it. I think you would say no because I think you think that he did it.
I think he did it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. What about you, Corbin? What do you think I would say? Considering
I think
we've-
you would say that OJ is guilty.
Yeah, obviously. OJ's absolutely guilty. No question in my fucking mind about that. Marvel
Gotta go
movies are
lawyer.
modern day westerns.
No.
I think that we all would say no.
Yeah, I think we all would also say no.
I hate Marvel movies,
Yeah,
kind of.
me too.
I think Marvel movies should be like westerns. Like it should be like the individual, like a hero that has like his own code going out, and you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
the thing is, like, Logan was a western, kind of. It was a neo-western.
Yeah.
But that's
Like
not...
there are western elements in what in like old superhero comics that led to Marvel, but
Yeah.
Marvel's really like not like it just kind of sucks. It's not really like the comics.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Trans ideology is more dangerous than critical race theory.
I have no idea.
What ideology?
But I actually have to go.
Okay.
Alright, it was good talking to you guys.
Yeah, good seeing
My
you.
bad.
Good seeing you, Hybrid.
Yeah, you guys too.
Yep.
Okay.
Here.
Have a good one. Yeah, no, it's trans ideology, Corbin.
Trans ideology is
Yeah.
what?
Trans ideology is more dangerous than critical race theory. I think you'd say yes.
I think you would say yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was correct, right? You would also say yes?
Yeah, although critical race theory still.
It's still dangerous, but I'd say trans is much more pressing and dangerous because of just how accepted it is. And the fact that it's literally like mutilating kids.
Yeah.
Wrestling someone of the same sex is 100% straight if you say no homo before you begin.
What I think wrestling in itself isn't gay.
I agree. So I think we'd both say yes, and I think we know that. Like, the no homo thing makes it funny, but I think we both agree that it's not gay.
Yeah.
I have considered creating an OnlyFans account. I think you would say no.
I think you would say. I don't know. You're always trying to make money. I'm gonna say no, though.
Yeah, it's easy question. Neither of us have ever even had that thought cross our mind. Publicly espousing...
Maybe Steven has.
Yeah, Steven probably has. Publicly espousing woke ideology on Twitter is the modern-day casting couch in Hollywood.
I think you would say no.
I think you would also say no. I think the reasoning, though, is because the casting couch still exists.
Yeah, like, they're still getting their jobs the same way.
Yeah. Like, I do think that it is, like, the way to signify you're part of the club, but I think the casting couch is literally still just the casting couch.
Also, I think a large part of, like, what gets you in the Hollywood group is that you actually have to, like, be in on the Epstein Island stuff.
Yeah. Well, that way they have dirt on you.
Yeah.
The Canadian government hates Christians more than it hates Muslim extremists. I think you would say yes.
I think you would also say yes.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no question about that. And I assume I'm right, too, in thinking you would agree.
Yeah.
I am into the metaverse. So I'm into the metaverse. I think you would say no.
I think you would also say no.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
Alright, I'm back. I'm sorry for just popping in again, but I just wanted to say, man, you guys are so awesome. Like, I had to get this off of my chest.
Okay.
Like you know, whenever I talk about movies with other people,
Uh-huh.
man, You guys are always listen, so that's
Well,
really good.
well, I enjoy having you around, Hybrid. We may be kind of harsh and like kind of like snarky sometimes, but I do enjoy having you around.
Yeah, I appreciate that a lot. Because when I talk to other people, it's always about them. Like this is what I like, and I love that about you, Fugitive Red Eye, that you always you listen and you do you conversate. I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I mean
And
that's
Rabbi
what I'm all
Waffle-
about.
Yeah, so Rabbi Waffles does that too. He goes with the flow, and I never realized that until you talk to other people on Discord.
Well, like I said, Corbin and I are both perfectly willing to have any conversations. It's just we each have our own way of going about it.
It's like I said before. If somebody says something that just seems obviously evil to me, I feel I just all of a sudden I just want to, like, I have nothing else to say but to insult almost. Like I just like I think there are just things that when I see it, I think that this is just obviously a bad thing that stands out as a bad thing in its own.
Yeah, and I respect that about you guys. All right, peace.
All
I just
right.
wanted to say that.
Yeah, thanks, Hybrid. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. You guys are awesome.
All right. Well, my dick has been thoroughly drained. Dogs go to heaven.
Like a conversation with him.
What's that?
I had a conversation with him this morning though,
Oh yeah.
and I didn't even really have to be nice. I mean, I said when he said opinions that I thought were stupid, I said that I thought it was stupid.
Yeah.
But he acted like I was being.
Maybe because it was it voice chat?
Yeah.
Maybe that's the difference. Maybe it's easier when you can hear your inflection.
Maybe.
Because admittedly, in text, things don't always translate, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway, next question is, dogs go to heaven?
I think you would say yes.
Yeah. I think you would probably also say yes.
I would say no. I think only humans go to heaven.
Okay, well then you win, Corbin.
I think it's it's sad that you wouldn't get to see your dog in heaven, but
I personally think...
I think you could see your dog in heaven. But I don't think it would be really him.
Okay, so you think it'd be more like a simulation or like your own mind, basically. Or like a manifestation.
Not necessarily a manifestation, but like sort of like in heaven how...
You can sort of create it there from your memories, but it's not really it?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, well, you won that round. Do we want to still keep going, or do we want to call it there?
I think we should probably call it there. I probably should go to sleep.
Yeah, that was fun, though.
Yeah. I wish we could have done it with Hybrid, but he's too busy on that other Discord group that's inferior.
Yeah, our Discord is the best. Do you think I should count this as a shit show?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll work, right? Like, it fits the format enough.
Yeah. I think most of it's just basically us just having a political conversation.
Right, and I think that's kind of the point of this game, is it's mostly a conversation starter, you know?
Yeah.
We went through most of the cards anyway. Like, the ones that we were getting to were literally just the ones that I did with Spencer last night. So a lot of these are... I think I've seen every card now. Because I've played this 3 times now. Fun game, though.
More questions.
I hope so. It'd be fun. There is a couple of blank cards we can write our own questions on.
We could just do this with like personality tests and stuff. And
Yeah,
just
that could
guess
be
what
fun.
the-
Yeah, that could be really fun, actually. That's a good idea. So once we run out of cards in this, we can do that.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, we still have cards that we haven't done with the 2 of us, so we're still not completely done with this.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still going to do this with some of my other friends. I think most of the questions in this are pretty good. There's a few really dumb ones in there that it's clearly just like self-promotion, or they're like really stupid questions.
Yeah.
But I think for the most part, they're good.
It's like, reminder, this is a Daily Wire game.
Yep. All right. I'm gonna put up a poll. I think it's just Andy in chat if he's even there. I don't even know if Andy's there.
Yeah, if you do a live stream, I can just watch that while
Yeah.
I go to sleep.
I'm debating if I just keep doing this or if I do more Walking Dead Season 3.
More of what?
Walking Dead Season 3.
No, I don't want to watch that.
I decided
Why about you?
I decided to do the bad seasons just because, you know, since I'm doing I'm going to play Fallout 76 and stuff, I figured I'd do the bad seasons too.
You shouldn't waste a weekend on that. Play, I don't know. Would you continue Silent Hill 2, or would you want to play any Bethesda game? Or
Yeah, I could get back to the slasher knife run, or I could play more Morrowind, or I could play more Pokemon Emerald.
maybe you should play Morrowind.
Yeah, I'm down.
Morrowind.
Morrowind.
Yeah, you should play some Morrowind.
Okay. I think that's what I'll do.
Do you have a wind?
I do actually. I thought it was just the wind.
Oh, you better let him out.
Better let him out. Well, this has been fun. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the stream on YouTube. The visuals are literally... Wrap up the stream. I will wrap up the stream! Curse to trolls. Peace to everybody else.